The storm outside matched the one inside Damien Blackwood's office. He was rich, powerful, feared by many, but tonight he was frustrated. "My sister's wedding is in 4 days," Damien muttered, his voice low. "And my mother already said she'll disown me if I show up alone again." His assistant Jordan shifted uncomfortably. "Sir, what do you plan to do?" Damien leaned back, eyes cold. "I need a wife." That's how Elena came into his life. She wasn't rich. She wasn't from his world. She was quiet, graceful, and desperate for money to help her sick father. Damien's offer was simple. Pretend to be his wife, play the part at the wedding, and in return, he would pay her enough to cover her family's needs. It was supposed to be business, nothing more. But in Italy, as Damien stood at the altar with Elena by his side, something shifted. She looked stunning in her dress, though she wore it with shy unease. When their eyes met, he felt something he hadn't in years: warmth. And when he kissed her for the ceremony, the world stopped for a brief second. The wedding was meant to be fake, but to Damien, it started feeling real. Back in New York, they continued their charade. Elena smiled through the whispers of high society who judged her for being ordinary. Damien protected her fiercely, and she softened his cold edges without realizing it. Late nights turned into conversations. Arguments turned into laughter. Pretend kisses became real. Slowly, Damien fell in love with the woman he had only planned to rent. But pride got in the way. When Elena overheard him telling a friend, "It's just a contract," her heart shattered. She left, disappearing from his penthouse and his life. For the first time, Damien felt powerless. He had everything: money, control, influence, but none of it mattered without Elena. Weeks passed before he found her again, working at a small bookstore, her eyes avoiding his. "Elena," his voice cracked, raw. "Please, I don't want a contract. I don't want a fake wife. I want you, just you." In his place was a man on his knees, begging her to believe him. In time, her heart softened. She saw the change in him, the way he no longer cared about society's opinion, only hers. And 1 year later, under a quieter sky, Damien stood with Elena again. This time, no contract, no lies, just love. When he whispered, "I do," and she answered the same, Damien knew he had finally won the only battle that mattered. Not against rivals, not against power, but against his own lonely heart. The man who once bought himself a fake wife now had the one thing money could never buy: a real one.